This is not where you type in a name and you do research. That is not what this is for. This is a learning website that is used for training at the Family History Library and the Family History Centers. And so anyone can use this. It is not a subscribed site. It's free. There's only one, and we'll talk about this later, but there's only one area on the Family History Guide that is required for you to register. And we'll talk about that as I present the material. So this is the website, and up here in the address bar, right up here where the cursor is, that's the way you access the Family History Guide. TheFHGuide.com. And so that is the way that we access this. On the home page, they kind of updated the homepage from the last time I presented. If any of you were at the conference in October here, I presented this also during that conference. But they've updated some of their information and how their pages look. This is the homepage, and it is different than what it was before. It's a 2-column page. You see there's 2 columns right here. And you notice right here, it's a free learning, research, and activity center for family history. And it's also used for training. So one of the things, if you have someone that you might be helping or for your interest, there is a link right here. It says, click here to get started. It's a quick link. And so this is the, these are the first steps to get to know more about the Family History Guide. And notice that when I hover over that, it tells you a little bit about that particular picture, and it's a 2-minute overview for the Family History Guide. If you want to take the tour of the Family History Guide, the tour opens up a panel in the upper left corner with links, all major features and sites. Now, if someone is very beginning, you're helping someone who's just beginning, this is the place to start. The beginner's path includes definitions, reasons for doing family history, brief intros to learning the family history search, and also other programs associated for the beginner. And then this one here, how can I move? Okay, there we go. I don't want to lose that. But this is gather your memories. And so this particular one is to learn how to preserve stories, photos, documents, so they become a part of our personal history. Let's see, where is my, oh, there it is. The next section of this is, you notice we have 4 websites that we have access to. How many of you have your partnerships? Does anyone know what partnerships are?
No.
Those are for members of the church.
Yes. These 4, Ancestry, MyHeritage, Find My Past, you can use those free if you register, sign up for them. You don't have to have a subscription to use those. And then another one is learn how to research. Research page helps you build a solid foundation for research and solving challenging problems. Also explore knowledge base and ethnic research. And then we have explore country pages. And the last section here is the activities. I always have to move this around, don't I? So you have family history activities, you have family history for youth, the YouTube. That's why I asked Tammy if you could get onto YouTube, because they reference YouTube here. And then research for trainers. How many here are consultants? Okay.
Or you're a consultant, your staff.
Okay,
so
we can.
staff.
So this is a quick link for resources for trainers. It provides you tools so you can teach any subject on family history. And you could use it, and the tools are within the family history guide. You don't have to develop it on your own. You can pick and choose from a particular like family search or ancestry, my heritage, and find my past, and you can develop a class using the family history guide under the trainer tools. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about in the guide under family search, you have these 8 drop down menus. You have the family tree, you have memories, you have descendants. Discover is your searching area to learn how to search. And you can learn how to indexing, you can get help, there's technology, and there's DNA. Now, one thing you do remember is family search doesn't provide any DNA tests, period. It's all outside resources. So although in DNA, they talk about basic genetics, learn about DNA, take a DNA test, and it'll guide you where you can access those tests from. DNA matching, ethnicity research tools. So it will help you to learn how to do that, but the results will come through the entity that you've used for the DNA results. How many of you had their DNA? Wonderful, great. And for your interest, if you've done it through Ancestry, you can upload it to MyHeritage, free. So you can take that result and drop it into MyHeritage, and it will do its research or no development of your DNA test.
Does it tell how to do that in here?
What's that?
Does it tell how to do that in here?
If you go here where it says DNA
Yeah.
for MyHeritage, move this again. Okay. So up here it says basic, learn about DNA testing, DNA test results and ethnicity, DNA matches, DNA research. Let's see, which I don't know for sure which one it is because I've already done it. I did it on my own, so I didn't have to use this to do it. But in goal number 2, it says here, learn the basics. Well, let me do something different. We have, I don't know how many different goals there are or choices, but I'm going to show you something here. Where's it at? Oh, right here. See where it says close choices? If I close that, all I have, oh, where did it go? How come, did it go?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it shows you the 4 areas in your choice menu. And you can select that individually, not see that whole long page of things. And any one of those areas, you can do that. You can open and close choices. If I open them again, then there it is again. Test results. Let's see what we have here.
She said number 4 was where you dropped your.
Number 4,
Yeah, just drop your.
learn DNA matching. See the summary. Well, let me do it this way. Review DNA. I don't know. Does it tell us how we transfer?
I think it's perform additional tasks with your match. Your test. Oh, is the 3rd option? Is that the one?
I don't see it here, but anyway, I know for a fact that you can do that because I've done it. And you'd have to go to MyHeritage and see what you can do with that. Okay, let's talk about topics within the Family History Guide. First of all, I'm not going to talk about all of those things in the intro. I'm going to allow you to explore to do that. But one thing I want to do is look at, darn it, look at over here where it says topics. This is a kind of like a dictionary, and it's divided into four sections by alphabetical. And you can select any one of these, and they include states and countries. Here's MyHeritage right here. Family search, ancestry DNA. There's MyHeritage DNA. So you can click on any one of these. I'll give you an example. Let's just go up to the beginning here and look at adoption records. And then you have adoption records. Now, when you do this topic search, it's searching anything that's within the Family History Guide, not outside. It's within the Family History Guide. That's where the topics are located. And then to go further in that, now you can select a state that you're looking for if you're looking for adoption types records, and you can select the state. And right here, it's under, this one's under United States records. So this is United States. And so under United States, you all can select specific states, and whether it has adoption records or not, you'd have to look at that. And then if we want to, we close the choices. And those are the two areas under adoptions that you'll be looking at. How adoption learn about and how to find them, and explore adoption records in more depth. That's if you were looking for family members who have you learned that have been adopted. And another thing about the family search is, let's see, where's it at? Right here. If you were helping someone or whatever, and they were having difficulty with English, you can come over here and select the language they are familiar with. Let's go with German, and that changes it to German. If you were helping someone that was, oh, I got lost it. Oh, here we go. Let's say Spanish, I can change it to Spanish. So we have a lot of options when we're using Family History Guide if we're helping individuals that have difficulty with the English language. I can't read it, but they could. So we'll go back to English. So that's one way to use, and by the way, if you want to go back to the home page, you hover over this family history icon and you go back to the home page. So if we want to, let's go to the family tree. And these are all the different choices you have for the family tree. If you want to look more about Discover, this is the area where you would learn about researching with Family Search. One of the things I want to share with you is these areas right here. These are documents. Organizing your family history and getting things done, part 3, for example. If I scroll down farther, there's a video here about organization. This little icon right here with the black circle and the triangle, that's a video. And you notice at the end, oh, there we go. You see, I don't use this very much. And so this particular item, which is a video, is 15 minutes and 25 seconds long. And so you have documents and you have videos that you can look at when you're using the Family History Guide. And you can build those into your training program if you're teaching a class. If you only want to teach one portion of this getting organized, you can close the choices and select the one you want to use and open that up. If you want to learn about or help others learn how to keep track of their correspondence and write effective requests, all you have to do is open that one up and do that. And another thing I want to point out to you is in some of these choices in the areas of the Family History Guide, whether it be Family Search or Ancestry, countries, there's this little button right here called Vault, and it'll give you additional videos. Did I lose it? Notes and logs, is that where we were?
Yeah.
So it'll give you additional videos and or documents that you can look at in addition to the one that referenced to in your Family History Guide, in your whatever area you're in. So this one here, research logs, they have part 1, 2, and 3, and they're all about 20, 21 minutes long. So if you need help, someone needs help to do that, that's what you can do to help them. And then you can go back. Can I go back? Oh, that's not right where I want it, but that's okay. Okay, so, and again, you can change language anywhere you're at in the Family History Guide. You can change the language if you're helping someone with a different language. Okay.
Question?
Yes, go ahead.
I have my family in family tree, yeah. Will it transfer over to this guide or does it?
The guide does not accept trees. It will not, you cannot set up a tree in the Family History Guide.
It's going to have to do some more research for it. We have to put it in family tree.
Right, that is correct. Yep. This, like I said, this is a help feature in our research, in our memories, in whatever it is we choose to do. Yep. So in Family Search, these are all the different goals at the top for Family Search. And this goal 1 is called Family Tree. And so all these different, if you are trying to help someone to understand how to do merging, you can help them by merging. If you need to help someone, they say, well, I don't know where to find my forms. Well, right here is charts and forms. And so under charts and forms, some people like to use TreeSeek. I don't know how many here have used it. I don't use it, but it's a great tool from my understanding because you can use it to take documents and I don't remember how to, it transfers your documents right into Family Search. There's blank and printable charts. See, pedigree and family tree charts, Here's Family Search Wiki, by the way, which I use very much. And so, and here's the family tree keepsake tool. Here's Thought Company. Here's Ancestry, National Genealogical Society, Family Education. All of these has to do with blank forms, but I can show you an easier way too that I use. I go to Family Search Wiki and use their blank forms. That's what I use. All right, let's go back here. And one thing I want to point out to you, in the Discover section, you notice at the top, you got Get Organized, Learn the Basics, Form a Strategy. These are common to all 4 websites. Your three partnerships and family search. Notice at number 4 up here, number 5, it says FS. This says FS. That's specific to family search. But these others are called shared topics or shared goals. If I go to Ancestry and I go to Research, you see, Get Started, Learn Basics, and Form a Strategy, that's all shared. But look, they specific to Ancestry, they'll have the AN in the parentheses beside it. And so then down here, Develop Skills, Solve Problems, Family History, Trip, that's shared. Research in My Heritage, the first 3 are, actually these are all shared in My Heritage. And in Find My Past, and those are all shared. There's no letters behind in parentheses of any of those. So that's one thing that you can learn about. And one thing about Ancestry, Get Started. Look what this first one says. Account and tree setup. Create an account. Look right here. Well, this is the free trial for Ancestry. This should be, where's it at? Maybe it doesn't show it. I guess it doesn't show how, oh, here we go. Right there. Item D, create a free Church of Jesus Christ Ancestry Partner account. And it tells you exactly how to do it. It's item D under Ancestry account and tree goal. So you go to partner access page, and if you use it here, there it is. There it is. So if you go right from the Ancestry and Family History Guide, now it will allow you to set up free accounts for all 6 of these right here. I must share with you that Filet, if you have French research, this is where you possibly want to go, because it's about French research. GeniaNet is just it's a website that you can research. Well, you can upload a family tree, but you can also research for documents and books and so on and so forth. American Ancestors, you can research American Ancestors for your New England ancestors, which is New York, Massachusetts, Boston area, Massachusetts area, New York, those types of areas up in the New England area. And then there's Ancestry, Find My Past, and My Heritage. If you just select Join Free, and then no, I don't want to do that. already have an account, so that's why it took me there. So, anyway. So that's how you create an account with these partnerships. You can also do the same for MyHeritage, I believe, by setting up an account. Let me see, where is it at now? There it is right there. It's item B. Create your free Church of Jesus Christ partner account. And you go to, it goes right back to the partner access page. And you follow the join free and you follow what you need to do. And Find My Pass will do the same. All right, let's go back. Something interesting is every now under today's tip, it gives it a tip. I think this is on here for a week. And so the Brigham Young has handy subject guides on every topic you can think of, including family history. Inside the family history subject guide are tabs and beginning and so on and so forth. That's the tip for today, for this week. And I just click back and I'll close it. Okay, let's talk about, let's see what are my notes here. Okay, I'm going to spend some time in countries. I'm going to click all countries. So these are the countries that are listed in this area. However, there are more than what you see here, because if you come down here, you select more countries, and there's these. Now, just recently, I have been helping a person who's trying to find information for a family that was born in the British West Indies. And so as I've searched for British West Indies, and nothing comes up on your search. But then later I found, when I looked at his tree, it said his parents are from Antigua. So if I come back down here, look right here, Antigua. And so I can go to Antigua, and this is what it, now there's probably not a lot on here, you notice. And then they have these specific areas of the British West Isles, and there's the Wikipedia, burying graves, find a grave, family search, Forebears.io, Dave Rumsey maps. Anybody used Dave Rumsey maps before? They're great. That's a great resource for maps. Online newspapers, archives, so on and so on and so forth for Antigua. Yes.
On the maps, does it change as boundaries changed in different countries?
If we go to, so here's Antigua. Here's an atlas map. Here's a chart map, nautical charts, world atlas, so on and so forth.
But like with Germany and Russia and Poland.
Now, I don't know if it changes as a result of years, because I haven't looked at Antigua. I just started looking at it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that would give, but this is what you would see if I selected Atlas maps. And so it shows years. Here's 1794. Here's 1758, 1904, 1747, 1823, 17. So this is a great resource, depending on what you're looking for. Now, this is the first time I've even considered Antigua as a research area. So, and one of the other areas that he's connected with is an area called St. Kitts, is it? Yeah, St. Kitts. Yep. And so Oh. Oh, oh, okay. No, I just want to go back here. So if I were to look for, okay, there's Aruba, Bahamas. It'll probably be faster if I go back here to all countries and look at more countries and see if let's see, oops. There it is right there, St. Kitts. And so I could do the same thing with that. If any one of these areas, I could do the same thing. But now I want to get to the United States. And these are all the different categories for US records up here. And so if we want to look for vital records, then you could select on vital records and understanding vital records, and let's close choices and see what they say. There's two, learning about it and exploring the resources. Now, one of the things I do want to share with you is when you open up a particular area you're researching, I'm going to go to Arkansas just because I've been helping someone in the last while, Arkansas. And see, there's the partners for this and research and Family Search Wiki, US GenWeb, genealogy links, so on and so forth.
So, yeah, will that take you, so you're in Arkansas, and so will that, and you press on Family Search, will that take you to the Arkansas records?
It will it can, yes, depending on what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yes. I want to give you a good example. Well, anyway, I want to go to the bottom though. Okay, so these are the counties in Arkansas. Okay, I've recently been helping someone in Washington County. So if I were to select that, there you go. It goes right to the wiki. So you don't even have to go to Family Search. Well, you may have to sign in. No, yeah, but anyway, it will take you directly to the wiki for Washington County. Also, you notice there's letters beside each of the counties in blue. This is what those letters represent. A is for ancestry, L is for linkpendium, G is for genealogy link, U is for US GenWeb and Facebook.
What is linkpendium?
That's really neat, to be honest with you. If I select the L under Washington County, there's what linkpendium is. You have now a new search for, if you want to search for, and there's different projects in different areas of Washington County. You have adjacent counties to Washington County, biographies, cemeteries, 18 of them, census records, church records, court records, and it just goes through different subject or different topics for Washington County. There's ethnic, there's history, land records, and so on and so on and so forth. Yeah.
How is that different than the wiki for Arkansas? Does this give you more?
I don't know if it gives you more, but it's an asset to help more.
Okay.
If it's not in Family Search Wiki, this will be it will asset or accent more for Family Search Wiki, because what's on here may not be in Family Search.
Okay.
World War I. See this right here? World War draft registration. It says it requires a subscription. That's why the $sign is there. So where would it take us? Might be Ancestry. Yep, it's Ancestry. Notice I'm there. I use Ancestry a lot. But anyway, it took me right to World War I records for Washington County. Well, this is all inclusive for World War I. So that's what this will help you with. If I look on this is Ancestry Washington County. If I go to this one, Genealogy Inc., it's a little bit different, but it gives you this information here. So every website has, it can support family search, it can support Ancestry, or it can support itself. It all depends. See, if I was to want to find some marriages between these years, I select that. Oops. May not be an open link, may not be a current link right now. That's what you don't know for sure. How about this one should be live? Oops. Evidently, it's not linking up. I would have to find out why. And I don't know where I'd find out why right now.
Would it be blocked because of your internet?
I don't think so, but it could be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, or it may be that our website may not allow it to happen. Yes, that's correct. And so, and then the U is the GenWeb, US GenWeb. And so these are different areas about Washington County into US GenWeb. And looky here. Specific locations within the county for the 1850 census. $1,900 partial, family pages, so on and so forth. Anyway, every one of those links is different. But they're a valuable resource because you may never know that you will find some missing information that you didn't have before.
So when you go to that link, if you click on that link, you go to that link, it's going to teach you how to use that?
No, it's going to allow you to use the links.
So
The links, yeah. See, if I wanted to, see, now look under cemeteries, look what they have. Cemeteries in Washington County, but they also have Confederate cemetery, Confederate dead, cemeteries, records of deceased, and so on and so on and so forth.
So
If I look at cemeteries in Washington County, there's all the different cemeteries in Washington County.
So Gail, is there anything on the TheFHGuide that teaches you how to use link up Pendium and the US?
There isn't.
Okay, so you
You,
just explore.
yeah, and that's the most important part that I want to share with the group today is I'm not going to be able to show you everything. Explore it. You won't hurt it because we don't control it. And so you can't ruin it, but explore. Yeah. Yes,
Can I offer something?
sure.
So I think what is the most helpful for the Family History Guide is that in the beginning, in those earlier tabs that you saw, you learn how to do things. But when you actually get into the countries or the states and the counties, and you just saw all that big list that he was looking at, those are quick links that take you right to records. And it actually saves you a lot of time. Because if, yes, you could go to family search and you could look for the same thing and then go to ancestry and go to, you know, all those, the 4 partner sites. But if you just go to the Family History Guide first and you look through the countries, they've got all the links right there, and it actually saves you a ton of time.
I wanted to ask about those lightning things.
Yeah, I'll get to those. I'm going to get to those
Okay.
because I want to go back to United States. Well, you go see all these little lightning bolts. We'll look at this. These are called quick links. And in order to, and also I want to point out to you that they have now added in some of the cases, they have this little eye right here. And if I select this eye, it gives you a drop-down information about this particular video. And the video is divided into these different subject items, and you can start wherever you want to in the video. So if I want to go to Google Maps, I select Google Maps. If we can get to it. Oh, I thought it would go where I wanted it to go, but it didn't. It's supposed to go to the place where it starts in the video where it talks about Google Maps, but it didn't do that this time. Where's it? Where am I at? Right here. So anyway, you're supposed to be able to go to a specific location in that video and start right there where it starts for the Google Maps or in any one of those subject matters.
Can I make a comment?
Yep,
So,
you bet.
I know that Sue here has had problems with the videos and stuff. And the TheFHGuide are so good that if you email them the link and say, this is not working, they are, within 24 hours, I feel like they get back to you and fix that link.
If you come across any issues while working with the Family History Guide, you can go over here to miscellaneous. Oh, did it? What happened? Oh, let's try this. Oh. Hey, miscellaneous. I thought, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Under media, you can go to the blog and send them information about what you find, but be specific. If you're in the United States, a state with the United States and a subject matter like records or whatever, be specific. Goal 4, goal 5, choice, whatever. And if that video did show up, then explain to me. And under those choices, there's sub choices, 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, whatever. Be specific when you write to them so they know exactly where they can look. Because sometimes some of these articles and videos, they're old and they may not show up like you want it to. And so they need to know that and make and update that particular.
You can't see it, but it's under miscellaneous, but it says contact us.
Is it? Oh yeah, right
Why?
there.
Just because you can't see it.
That's contact us. There you go, right there. That's what you do. Yep. And then you follow this form and you write down what it is that you experienced. But you have to be really, really specific. I can't say, you just can't say United States, I experienced this. It can't happen because they won't know where to look. Okay, let's go back to where I was. Nope. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. You'll notice that a lot of these have these lightning bolts, and the lightning bolts represent quick links. And what do we mean by quick links? Well, let's talk about births in vital records. We'll go to that one. And then if you scroll down to the bottom of that, there's one quick link, and it's Ancestry, US Select Birth and Christenings. And when you select that, you go right to that record to search, as long as you have an account. Because you do need to have your partnership set up to do this for members of the church.
It didn't have a dollar sign next to it. I know that that's Ancestry, but it didn't have a dollar sign next to it.
Yeah, if non-members, they won't be able to get to it.
Unless
But
you-
they can get to it here. They can access it here and at any family history center or the libraries,
Or if they pay. which they-
or if they pay for their subscription.
I
Right.
paid and paid.
Yeah.
Yep. But I have my free account set up, so it goes directly to my account.
No, that's okay. The Episcopal Church would use me.
So that's what a quick link is. And if we go back to,
I have a question.
Yeah. link
Is
pendium,
that an older one? Like, I know US GenWeb has been around for like 30 years, and it's like old, like it's older stuff, kind of, and is Link PDM.
I don't
good?
know how long they've been in existence.
Is that, anybody know? If it's a newer,
I don't know the details about link pendium.
is it newer or is it older?
I don't think it's as old as
Cindy's list.
Yeah,
Nobody's as old as Cindy.
Cindy's list.
it's not old, it's not as old as me.
Yeah, I just don't, I haven't heard of that one, but you know,
Looks
like.
like it's a
US
search engine for GenWeb is what it looks like, because
Oh,
the guide up at the top said GenWeb in it. And so it's almost like it's a guide for GenWeb.
Let's see what they have for marriages and let's see what kind of quick links there are here. Now, I can do this really easy by doing this, I think. Nope, I can't, but I'm going to open this one up. And if I go to the bottom of this, there's your quick links. So you've got United States marriages, which is FMP. What's that stand for? Find my past. Family search is FS, AIC is ancestry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 minutes.
Okay, well, we're almost done. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about, well, is the vault. In the vault, these are additional resources to learn how to in a different subject area. For example, if I wanted to look about how about vital records. So here's additional resources. Whoops, that's touchy. Where did it go? There it is. So vital records, these are videos, and then these are documents or records. I'd call it reading material. And then if you want to talk, there's birth adoptions. Now, one thing I want to point out, you see this Maine here? If I select Maine, it goes back to this location where we were before. But the vault has these. What's interesting about the vault is not only do they have these, they also have about DNA, US, countries, and ethnic. If I go to ethnic, oops, where did it go? Oh, here's, I want to point this out. These are the legends for all of these different resources in the vault, whether it be an article or a video. If they have a reference to it, that's where all those come from. In fact, they have one called YDY. Who do you think you are? So they have all kinds of stuff. They have all kinds of references. I've never heard of Boundless Genealogy, but they reference some articles or something from Boundless Genealogy. Genealogy TV, so on and so forth. LDS, there's ldsgenealogy.com. How many have heard of ldsgenealogy.com? Look at it. It will surprise you what's available. My wife and I became introduced when a gentleman came into our family history center and says, "Have you ever heard of LDS genealogy?" I said, "No, we haven't." "Well, let me show you." It was just amazing. They're just amazing. Anyway, we're on, let me see where we're at on, oh, darn it. Oh, gosh, darn it. Ethnic. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, I have to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, at the bottom of the vault, you have Native American. You have Jewish, Hispanic, slavery, and then you have African American genealogy and so on and so forth. And is there another one? I don't remember if there's one more after that or not. It's just starting. Anyway, so those are the things, a few more things, let me put it that way, because this could take forever to go through every item for you. Yes, go ahead.
So, does it show us how to help our people find like temple things?
Oh.
Interface.
Let me see.
Well, can you put it in the search, the Google search thing?
Family tree. Let's go to family tree.
Oh,
It's
No.
under face.
look under face.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Under face.
right here.
Yes.
And under faith, there's the first one. And it said they can go to the vault for more information, videos or whatever. Know how to identify and place ordinances have been done. Understand icons and indicators. Understand requirements for family tree names and their ordinances. Okay, like that. What do you got? Correct the needs more information status for ancestors. Find answer to frequently asked questions for ordinances. And then you have miscellaneous information here.
So what are the other religions? So that there was
Oh,
our church and did I see?
it has Catholic, Protestant, and Jewish.
Cool. And that just shows you how to do like Catholic records,
Well,
Protestant.
let's see. Let's just take a look at the goals. 2, Under Protestant, 2, and Jewish,
Right.
and you have 6 goals. So I know one thing, that the church requires you to be a direct descendant of a Jewish ancestor, not just a cousin or aunt or anything like that. You have to be direct descendants. And if I'm not mistaken, it's approved by the church. Many, many years ago, when I was at the BYU, I went to a BYU family history class, and they did bring up the Jewish research, and there was a big newspaper article that was submitted by an individual who was very, very upset with a person who had submitted Jewish family history to do temple work. And so the church says, no more, we're going to control it. But you have to be a direct descendant. Yep. Any other questions?
And you have to have church approval also with it.
Yeah, it's approved by the church.
I mean, just being a direct descendant doesn't do it. They gotta look at it.
Yeah, that's true also.
Check it out, I guess.
Yeah. It's very, very specific. So, anybody have any questions about? I know you have a lot of questions. Don't get me wrong. But if we have a few more minutes,
I
time's
have a
up.
question. Like, if you're doing the tracker thing, like we kind of set up,
Oh,
I saw the sections on like family search, ancestry, and
let me get rid of this.
is there a tracker for all of those areas or just for the
I'll
first
show you.
main areas?
Let's get rid of this. Oh, I didn't want to do that. There. Okay, in the tracker. Okay, this is the only place where you have to set up an account. You have to have a personal account for the tracker.
So what does the tracker do?
Just keep track of whether we're learning.
This is all new to me.
Just to see if we.
I don't know if I remember my password. I'll try this one. Hey, I made it. Okay, here's the tracker.
Tell you what you put.
It has all of these areas that you can follow your use of the family history guide. Example, if you go to family tree, and you will rate your status for how well you know this area that you're looking at. You have 1 is 0 is not started. 1 is started. 2 is good. And 3 is proficient. Now, how do you tell if you're proficient at one of these? Well, let's go back here. I'm going to open this up in the new link. And we're going to go to family search. So at the bottom of family tree, and you learn how to do all of that, at the end of this, where it's at, okay. See where it says summary? No, see where it says exercise? Proficient. Clear each of the show boxes one at a time, noting differences, and that's how you become proficient. Some of the areas have 3 choices, some of the areas have 2 choices, and so on and so forth. Depends what area you're in.
And that only shows up if you're signed in with the tracker. So that part won't show up if you're not signed in.
You have to be signed. You can look at it, but you won't be able to use it unless you sign in.
So that exercise part is still there.
Yeah, the exercise is still there. In order to use it though, and progress and report your progress, you have to be signed in. So down here, for example, I've done a little bit of it just as an example. Sign in the family search and navigate tree. I selected myself as being proficient. thinks I use it every day, I should be able to be. And then so I changed, some of these things I've not started and so on and so forth. That was just a real quick example, just kind of show you today what I've done. But if I wanted to change it, I could just move it that way. And each area, so if I want to say view details, and I go to the conclusion exercise, good, you can create a pedigree chart, PDF with yourself in first position, then print it. Or proficient, same as above, and then create a pedigree chart for a recent ancestor in the first position. So that's how you can rate yourself with how well you are learning family search through the guide.
Yeah, so if you're a ward consultant, if you're a ward lead, if you're a consultant at the Family History Center, this is a good way of tracking for yourself. And also we as a
Individuals, yeah, you can set up groups also.
yeah.
I might have missed this. Is the login information or is the city one that you use?
For the family history guide, you don't have to log in.
I thought you had to have a username and password.
Only for the tracker. Only for the tracker.
Oh.
And ask the friend research.
If you're going to go for the family history guide, at the top up here, type in TheFHGuide.com and it'll go right to the homepage. So any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Can I stop sharing?
Yes, and then if you'll.
Want me end?
Stop recording.
Oh, I don't know where you're doing that at. Oh, up there. Okay.